Trench report today. I'm going to be giving you a sneak peek into our day-to-day business to show you what it's really like to buy and sell property in today's market in the Temecula Valley. Are there still bidding wars and buyers offering way over asking price, or is it getting easier? That's what we're talking about today, starting right now. Hi, Jessica Genung here from Active Realty and the Genung team. Thanks for checking out our channel. We're going to get right to it. So what kind of properties are our clients buying and selling, and how smooth or not has the process been going? I'm going to be running down our November transactions, starting with a couple transactions that we used an escalation clause as part of our negotiating strategy. Using an escalation clause in this seller's market when trying to purchase a resale home can be essential to winning a bidding war without overpaying. So how exactly does an escalation clause work? The escalation clause states that the buyer is willing to raise their offer on a home should the seller receive a higher offer from another buyer. This clause is going to state exactly how much the buyer is willing to pay over the other higher price. I always recommend putting a cap on the max price, although I have seen some unlimited escalation offers, but I don't recommend doing that. Essentially, escalation clauses offer buyers protection if other buyers outbid them. I will give you an example. Our clients were interested in a South Temecula remodeled pool home in a desirable area near Pechanga. It had 4 bedrooms, was about 2,300 square feet, and it was listed at $699,000. Temecula pool homes are very desirable, and my client, they offered $725,000. There were multiple offers, and the seller decided to counter several offers, including our buyer. We responded back with the same price of $725,000, but included an escalation clause saying that they would beat any higher offer by $5,000 up to $745,000. $745,000 was the max price they wanted to pay. One of the other offers came back at $735,000, and the seller chose our offer with the escalation, winning the property for $740,000. These clients were considering just bidding up to their max price of $745,000, but the escalation saved them $5,000 in this example. Another successful transaction with clients using an escalation clause last month was for this Wolf Creek home, also in South Temecula. It was a 5-bedroom home listed at $750,000. There was at least one other offer on the home from what I remember. We felt that this property was already priced on the higher end of comps, so my clients offered the asking price, which we felt was very fair. These buyer clients were very motivated and really wanted this property because it was a perfect floor plan for them, because one of the moms was going to be moving in with them, and they wanted her to have her own private area with plenty of space. Also, we had sold their townhome in San Diego, and they were in a 60-day rent back period. So we needed to find something quickly, otherwise they were going to have to be moving into a temporary rental, which means moving twice, which nobody wants to do. Although our offer was $750,000, we included an escalation clause up to $770,000 to increase their odds of getting the property. The other offer that we were up against was not high enough to trigger the escalation clause, so they got it for the original offer price of $750,000. A few things to note about escalation clauses, because they should only be used on a case-by-case basis. The way we write them, we always say that the buyer has the right to verify the next highest offer. We're not taking anybody's word for it. Escalation clauses can be very risky because you are giving away your high price to the seller, so you need to be willing to take that risk. Last downside to using an escalation clause is that some sellers and agents just don't understand them or don't like them. It's a case-by-case basis, but they've been pretty successful for us lately. Occasionally, an agent will say that they will not be accepting an escalation clause, in which case we just recommend submitting your highest and best. We had about, I believe, 15 closings in November, which is definitely on the high side for us. So the reason that we had more closings than usual is because the springtime was very busy, and a lot of people were buying new construction and using us to help them. So, we found them homes earlier in the year in the spring. It took 6 to 8 months to build the homes, and to, if they were waiting on a wait list, that takes some time as well. And so a lot of people are moving in all at once. So a lot of our transactions were new construction. construction. So of the 15 that we had closing in November, one was a listing. And I do want to emphasize that we do love listings. Although our business is very buyer heavy, we work mostly in relocation, and a lot of that is from this YouTube channel. People happen to find us from across the country and even the world. And then of course, San Diego, LA, Orange County, a lot of those people are moving out here as well. So getting to our listing, I might have mentioned this in our last trench report, but that did close in November. This listing came to us by referral, which was a client that we had sold their house last year, and she has sent us a couple other referrals. We love that. We'll always take good care of them. This was a home in Murrieta, very beautiful home. We priced it well. We did have 15 offers. It was priced at about $535,000, I believe, which is very competitive for a 3-bedroom home in Murrieta. And we received 15 offers, and we ended up closing in the 580s. We'll put the number on the screen. I can't exactly remember, but I believe we went about 50,000 over asking. So, so still some bidding wars going on. Since we're on the topic of bidding wars, I will touch briefly on some of our misses, because obviously we don't get every offer accepted that we're submitting for clients. So we had a client submit just last week, I think it was, on a beautiful home in Morgan Hill, which was just one of those, we call them like a cream puff home, like just beautiful. So it had, you know, the cul-de-sac, it was remodeled, had the pool, the view, great lot, great condition. A beautiful home. It was priced at $925,000. We came in at $1,026,000, so we were $101,000 over the asking price, which we felt that the property was underpriced as it was. So we knew it was going up and over. We were $101,000 over, and my client did not get that property. It ended up going for $1,049,000. And even though it just went under contract, I will tell you how we know that. It's because they raised the price in the MLS, which is a technique that some listing agents often do. They bump up the price to the offer that they accepted, kind of trying to signal to the appraiser or trick the appraiser. I don't know what the word is, like that was the original asking price. I personally haven't really had that work. I mean, normally the appraisers, they can look at the property history. But anyway, that's how we know that the price that they accepted was about $24,000 over our offer. So that one's going way up and over. So on the South Temecula pool homes with the amazing views, it's still very competitive. One client bought over in the Alta Murrieta side of Murrieta, and I believe that was a little single-story house, really cute house, older neighborhood with lower taxes, no HOA, popular area because of that, good schools. It was listed at $515,000, I believe, and they got it for $525,000, so $10,000 over asking is not too bad right now. And another client that he was helping out bought a home over in Murrieta in the club at Rancho California, a little golf course community, and it was listed on a range. It was listed at, again, I'm pulling this from memory, but it was like $645,000 to $665,000 or something like that, I'd want to say. So our client offered $645,000 or whatever it was, and they came back, they wanted towards the higher end of that range. I actually kind of hate it when agents list and sellers list on a range. It's actually kind of a common practice in San Diego, but people don't do it very often out here. But I just wish they normally just pick a number. So anyway, they countered back on the higher end of the range, but our buyer stuck to the low end of the range, which I believe was like $645,000, and they accepted. So it's not always a bidding war. So let's talk about new construction. How difficult is it to get new construction? Are people going over asking? So for these particular clients, we're going to start with, I had 2 clients move into a Pulte community called Aspen in Murrieta, Spencer's Crossing. This is a very popular community. It's completely sold out now, and Pulte was doing the bidding process. So I had one client get the gateway, which is the only single story. It's the smallest floor plan, and they went $25,000 over asking to get that home. And I had another client move into the visionary. That one was very popular, and they went $40,000 over to get the visionary. Very popular floor plan over there. I I had 4 clients move into Lennar's Hampton community at Heritage Lake, which has probably been the most popular community in my business. I talk about that all the time on this channel. But that community is almost done. So Hampton, they've got, I don't know, 1 or 2 phases left. I don't even know if there's a chance to get a plan 4 anymore. Those might already be spoken for. But that one's almost done, which is kind of a bummer. But they do have other communities that are close by. They're just not going to be part of Heritage Lake. So I had 2 clients move into the plan 3, and I had 2 clients move into the plan 4. Like at this community and a lot of communities, a lot of builders are having supply shortages. So I'm having clients end up with sometimes temporary garage doors. Sometimes they're getting upgraded appliances because the appliances that they ordered weren't available. So they're getting temporary or upgraded appliances if they like those. In this particular community, they have an exterior stone shortage. So it's only on 1 of the 4 exterior elevation styles that this is applying, that this applies to. But 2 of my clients happen to get that exterior style. So although they moved in November, they're not going to be getting their exterior stone for another 2 weeks. But they still went ahead and closed the home because everything else was finished, including the interior. So the decorative stone on the outside is yet to be installed. And that is something that we are, I mean, in every industry, I know everybody's experiencing it. There's just all sorts of shortages. I had 1 client move into Pulte Eagle Crest. They got lucky and got a cancellation. So they got a really nice lot. It's a very deep lot and it actually backs up to the model homes. And they did not have to, because it was a cancellation, get on the wait list and go through the bidding process. So Pulte, even on their new community, which is kind of an extension of Eagle Crest called Eagle Vista, they are back to the bidding process. And so this client got the cancellation. A lot of times when that happens, the price is the price. So he got it without having to go through that rigmarole. I had another client move into a Woodside Homes community called Everview in Sommers Bend in Temecula. They got the plan 3 and they got one of the largest lots in the whole community. So they made really beautiful selections at the design center, including this beautiful quartzite waterfall. I wanted to show you guys a picture of that. This waterfall countertop is really beautiful. This was the community that you had to, towards the end of the community, camp out in order to get a lot there, and this client did camp out for a week to get this home. Woodside is going to be opening up a couple more communities in Sommers Bend called Acacia and Upton. Those are expected probably to start pre-selling in January is the latest that I hear. That could change. But that one is going to be very popular as well. I hope they don't do the camp out, but we'll see. That hasn't been determined yet. Lastly, I had 1 client move into Tri-Points community called Compass, which is up in Menifee's Audie Murphy Ranch, and they got a magnolia floor plan, which they did have to wait several months on the wait list for that, but not as long as the wait list is right now. Well, actually the wait list is closed. They may reopen it in January, but there's still a very large wait list for that plan. Very popular. They're first-time home buyers. They got a great big pool-sized lot, great view. They're going to be able to see the snow-capped mountains from the upstairs unit, so very excited for them. That's the latest on what's happening in the Temecula Valley real estate market. See you next week. Bye.